Hey guys, welcome to episode 5. So in all the previous episodes we've been using solely the daily time frame, but the problem with using only very one time frame is that you aren't seeing the big picture or how the entire picture. So here is the first key to finding dynamic support and resistance, say, or which is through using the higher time frames, meaning the weekly or the monthly time frames. Or a reminder may or each candle on a way एक में the weekly time frame represents a week's time, and each candle on the monthly time frame represents 1 month's time. So here is the key. Or make sure you remember this. If you can spot the obvious support and resistance areas on the weekly and monthly time frame currently, then you can begin to see the larger picture as these areas of support and resistance that are clearly visible on the weekly and monthly here. Hold more weight and strength, or let's jump right into an example here in the Kiwis keyed. As you can see on the daily time frame there, or is support and resistance everywhere. Now, I'm not saying that these errors are invalid as we would use them in our strategies, but what we want to focus on is like the main dynamic support on resistance areas, because you always want to have the bigger picture in mind. That's how what we are looking for on the monthly time frame is support or resistance areas that are very obvious ones. Meaning कि मैं आप दो को अपने के or lot of support and resistance that is visible on the daily, or I can see is not visible on the weekly and monthly. So we are looking for the visible on obvious levels, show themselves on the weekly or monthly right away. Look at the top is it should be clear as day to you. You should be able to spot the four rejections right way. Have a look at the bottom here. It is a recent swing low support, and it had also acted as resistance twice over here on the left. And now with this level here, it acted as support three times and resistance here as well. Like I also like to make lines of say a specific color to represent them as monthly or weekly levels, so that when you jump between levels or go down to the daily or see these lines drawn in, all to know where they came from. Now, although we have the monthly support and resistance areas plotted, we were or jump down a time frame to the weekly to fine tune these lines to accommodate for the weekly time frame. छोड़ेगा. आज ये मान notice how well the lines we drew in on the monthly appear on the weekly to give you a better insight onto so reveal a multitude of rejections. Coach. Now, here on the weekly, there may be some levels that aren't visible on the monthly that are only visible on the weekly body. As you can see from the five rejections here, that this is a level of weekly support. So I'm sorry, add this in. Now may I say another level up top here, which is an extreme swing high, meaning the highest point that price got in recent time. And so while we go down a time frame, could see a vast amount of support on resistance areas, but you'll know where the key lines are. So now let's jump down to the daily time frame. So now on the daily, you can see why we chose to color the lines as they remind us where they came from, whether it was the monthly or the weekly. Well, it may make something clear. This does not mean that the daily support and resistance levels or invalidate, but we use this method as a scaling technique, meaning we put more emphasis on price levels from the monthly on weekly, or they act as dynamic support on resistance levels. So let's do this again on another pair. Here's the catch of Swiss. By you should be able to spot these areas right away. It acted as support here and has resistance of five times and along at the bottom. Now let's jump down to the weekly to fine tune these areas. Notice here in the weekly how clear and obvious these levels are. Going from the higher time frame downwards, Hamama helps you filter out all the noise on the charts to focus on the key areas which may are the most important. Now, just like we reiterate in every lesson, we don't can just like take trades at these levels. We use them as guidance, and we still need price action and confirmation on the strategy we use before entering at these levels. Guys, I always want the market to show its hand on. Evidently, we dive more in depth with these entries or in our strategy section. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Yeah.